told you that your biggest pain could be your biggest superpower? Hi, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of What the L. I'm your host, Elle Kramer, and today we are going to be talking about how to turn your pain into purpose. And this was a last minute episode decision because I feel like I've been on the go for the whole week. I haven't stopped. I've been doing amazing on TikTok and I've been doing amazing like in other avenues of my life. Like I just know God's working and I know God's opening doors. And with that, I'm feeling I'm feeling the devil creep in. I've been feeling it for a little bit, and by that I mean I know that God is doing amazing things for me right now. He's working, he's making things happen for me, and while that's happening, the devil is literally trying to take all of these amazing things that God has brought me and trying to make me think that I don't deserve them. And that is not the truth. Why the hell would I listen to literally an angel who got kicked out of heaven? In the name of Jesus Christ, I literally rebuke Satan. I literally rebuke him right now. I rebuke the anxiety that I felt today telling me not to record this episode. I rebuke literally all of it because I don't know why I'm feeling anxious today. I'm not even emotional, so I don't know what's happening. So, we're just going to lock in for a second and take a deep breath because everything's fine. Everything really is fine. Like nothing is really happening. I just feel behind schedule, honestly. And like I haven't posted my TikToks today. I haven't posted my Instagrams and I'm trying to figure out like what is the root of all of this? Why am I feeling this anxiety on my shoulders? Why is my heart racing right now? And I think it's because like I'm finally starting to get like that platform and I'm starting to find people who actually want to listen to what I have to say. And I think with that, I'm starting to feel a little bit of this imposter syndrome from the devil. And if you don't know what imposter syndrome is, basically, imposter syndrome is so according to ChatGPT, yes, we love her. Imposter syndrome is when people doubt their own abilities and feel like a fraud, even when they have the skills, success, or accomplishments or credibility to prove otherwise. They often believe that they don't deserve their achievements and worries that others will find out they aren't as competent as they seem, despite evidence that they are. It's common among high achievers and can make people downplay their success, attribute it to luck, or feel like they simply don't belong. The key to overcoming this is to recognize your worth, owning your accomplishments, and reminding yourself that you have earned your success. And I'm telling you this because imposter syndrome is literally from the devil, it's a lie. I rebuke that. And every single time we say, I am an imposter, I have anxiety, I'm depressed, you're like feeding into those thoughts. You're feeding into the negative thoughts. And I'm just saying this out loud because I don't want to feed into those negative thoughts. Those negative thoughts don't define me. And even in my moments of strength or my moments of pain or my moments of purpose, I do still have self-doubt. And like that doesn't mean I'm perfect, I'm infallible from the things that of this world. That's not true at all. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that there are ways to overcome this and like that's with the grace of God. Simply. My mic wasn't working before I started filming. I prayed to God and I said, "God, I know that you want me to send this message. Let there be light." And then my freaking microphone turned on, and that's the second time that's happened. So I know that God is present with me. I know I'm filming a live stream right now and I know that God's present with the people who are in here because I know that there's a message that he wants me to send to people and it's evident that he hears us. And I'm not saying I'm a prophet, so before I get people try to cancel me for saying I'm not God has a message. This is just what God has put on my heart. And take it for what you want. Listen to it with a grain of salt. I'm not perfect. I'm just a woman and I just want to spread God's love. So ultimately, yeah. So basically today's episode is how to turn your pain into power. How to turn your pain into purpose. And the first thing I want to say, whenever you're going through something, a lot of us think that our emotions are in control of us and we let them take over our whole body. We get so overwhelmed, and that can manifest itself through anxiety, through depression, anger, loneliness, bitterness, sloth, laziness, all of these types of different vices. And the way that I've come to learn about emotions. Use your emotions as a guide, not a governor. Okay. So we think of a governor, he rules his city, his state, whatever. Whenever you're dealing with whatever you're going through, look at your pain as a path, as a river. You are getting all of these emotions. Your anxiety is flowing, your sadness is flowing, your grief is flowing. All of it's in a river, and you can let it go down the path. You can let these negative emotions flow through you because it is important to feel. It is so important to feel. That is number one. Whenever you're going through stuff, you need to allow yourself to feel these feelings. Don't bury them deep down. That is not going to get you far in life because you're just going to honestly implode on yourself. And we don't want that. We don't want to fight fire with fire. And that's just going to ultimately bring you down whenever you're trying to rise above. Like a phoenix, we're trying to rise above these ashes. We're trying to get out of the pain, out of the sloth, out of the bitterness, whatever we're feeling. And how to do that, you have to feel these feelings. Write it down, accept it, but don't let it define you, okay? I was feeling attacked personally by the devil today. Like literally before filming. I tried to film this 3 hours ago. I put on my makeup and then I was like, I literally can't. I'm like paralyzed with anxiety. And I'm not like even trying to get emotional. I don't know why I'm getting emotional, to be honest, because I'm not even like in a bad mood. I've just been feeling like, I guess, overwhelmed. Sometimes doing this is a lot, and now like there's more pressure on me to deliver this message because there's more people listening to me, which is scary because I'm just me, and that imposter syndrome gets to me. And I'm gonna not lie to you guys, like that is something that's so prevalent within my life. But like I said, you have to keep pushing even if your emotions are telling you something different, because I have a motto and like a lifeline, and my lifeline is Jesus, and he tells me to do this. Like every single Friday he tells me to do this. Like I didn't want to start this podcast. I never wanted to do a video podcast because I didn't want people to look at me and judge me based on my appearance, because I was like, there's going to be people who are going to judge me based on my appearance instead of people who are going to look at me and say, okay, well, there's this girl, she probably doesn't know what she's talking about. But you know, the truth is, if you really want your social medias to do well, you have to get your face out everywhere. So that's what I started doing. I turned this audio only podcast into a video podcast because I knew that I was going to do better and more successfully if people saw my face. And I was insecure about that because I was like, that means I'm going to have to like look actually presentable every Friday. And I don't want that. I'm literally in freaking pajama pants right now. Like I was like, I don't even want to be filming because I'm just like feeling the effects of the world. I'm feeling the effects of just going, being a little burnout. And sometimes pushing through that burnout is just being honest with yourself and saying, okay, why am I feeling this way? Like what's actually happening up here? And me being honest with myself is I have been doing a lot. I've been helping a lot of people, but like, is the truth, have I been helping myself? Probably not as much as I could. I'm a little bit sleep deprived. I did a 10-hour like live stream the other night because I was trying to get to my goals, and I didn't reach my goals that night. I reached my goals and surpassed them the next night, and I was number 26 in daily ranking. So thank you Jesus for that. Which is insane. Literally insane. Like I literally can't fathom that. But with all of this newfound success for me, I'm like, okay, Jesus, like, where do you want me to go with this? And that's my personal testimony. That's just a little bit, but you have to use your pain as fuel, and not as a weight to hold you down, not as an anchor bringing you all the way down into this ocean, this vast ocean of things that we can't control as humans. There's going to be things in our lives that we can't make sense of. And one of them is the pain that happens to us. And a lot of times we're like, God, why me? Why did you let this happen to my friend? Why are you letting this situation happen to me right now? Why am I not where I want to be in school? Why am I behind in life? Like why is my timeline not correlating with the timeline that I thought I was going to have at this point in my life. Why am I still single? Why am I still this? Why am I still sad? Why am I like, the list can literally go on. I can tell you every single human flaw about us, but pain can either hold you down or push you forward. And if you let it hold you down, you are declining and putting your potential on pause. That has been a common theme of things I've talked about in the past few episodes. I made an episode, how to stop putting your potential on pause, and that was a big turning point for me, because I feel like before that episode I was putting my potential on pause. I was letting my worldly desires and my worldly decisions dictate my success, dictate my happiness. And instead of dwelling on what happened in the past, channel that energy into action, whether it's hitting the gym, building a new skill, or tackling a goal that you've been avoiding. And action kills overthinking. So if you're an overthinker like me, you just have to say 1, 2, 3, get up and go. Okay. We can't let our emotions be in control of our lives. And if we do that, trust me, I understand, because I literally wanted to be a therapist, and I still sometimes think about going back to school to be a therapist, because I love helping people. I love to give advice. That's why I have a podcast, so I can help people, even if it's one person. And I know I've already done that for multiple people. There's evidence of that. Like, it's been told to me. But sometimes my imposter syndrome still tells me, you're not good enough for this. You can't succeed. And the truth is, that's literally all from the freaking devil, bro. Like, every single time, every single negative thought that you have is from the devil, because he knows how to prey on your downfall. He literally was in heaven and then he got kicked out. And we're letting him pay rent in our head. Like, what the hell? Absolutely not. No, no, no. We are not doing that. It is 2025. We don't have time for Satan to freaking try to take away our happiness and our success, because that is embarrassing. Honestly, embarrassing. So, number 2, let's think about rewiring our mindset. Whenever your brain is the most powerful tool that you have. So your brain believes what you're telling it. So if you're constantly telling it negative things, you're not going to succeed in the way that you want. You're not going to get to where you want, because you're putting yourself at a disadvantage from the beginning. So this takes time, rewiring your brain, rewiring your mindset, and trusting in God's plan for your life, and surrendering all of these things. St. Francis de Sales, I heard this in a homily last Sunday. I was having major, major, major anxiety all weekend because I felt lost. But it was honestly because, like, a number of things. I had my surgery and I was on painkillers, and that just like makes you kind of go cray cray. Like, I was, after I stopped taking those, and I haven't been working out for 2 weeks, and like, y'all guys, I'm a workout fiend. So like, I literally haven't worked out in 2 weeks. And that has been like making me also feel a little bit less than what I think I am, because I realize that I work out because I think it gives me value. I think it gives me meaning, and I feel better about myself whenever I do these things. So whenever I don't, I'm like, okay, what can I do? And I felt like I literally had nothing to do besides just be sad and be anxious and question God. And the truth is, he was cooking the whole time. Like, God was literally opening doors the whole time and planting seeds the whole time. I was just doubting him because I was doubting myself. And my mom literally told me, she was like, Elle, I literally was a lawyer for a year. I went to law school. I did the whole thing. I met your dad at law school. You wouldn't have been born if I wouldn't have met your father. Number one. She didn't even say that, but I'm saying that now. Like, she met my dad in law school. And with that, I wouldn't be here. Number one. Number two, she had to go through law school, realize that she hated it, do law for a year, until she realized that she wanted to do something else. And now she's doing something else that is entirely different, that she never thought she would be doing. And that just goes to show that you can't go forward. You can't look forward and expect to know where you're going without looking back at the past and seeing how God worked and aligned things for your life to go. And that was something that I was like, why is this happening to me? You have to shift your mindset from why is this happening to me to what can I learn from this? How can I help other people right now with the pain that I'm going through? How can I help people later down the line to propel in their own life? And ultimately, if your goal isn't to help others, then what the hell are you doing? This place is probably not the right place for you, but I'm sure it is, because if you're sitting here listening to this, you are interested in personal development. You are interested in bettering your life one day at a time. You are interested in self love. And I commend you for that, because all of these things are instrumental qualities to make your life, a beautiful life, a life worth living. And if you aren't giving substance to others, fueling other people, and helping them to get where they want to be, you are not recognizing what life is truly about. It's truly about helping other people around you. And yes, it is so crucial to help yourself. Like in the Bible, it literally says you have to first take the plank out of your own eye before you try to take the splinter out of somebody else's eye. And that is so true. And another thing, I'm going to circle back to St. Francis de Sales. He was having major anxiety and depression, and he's like one of the saints that is not really talked about. And within his life, he was struggling so hard with all of these emotions, all of this pain, all of this suffering, and he was feeling weighed down by that. And he was literally about to go jump in a river, to not go swimming. He was not going to go swimming. He was going to, you know what was going to happen. Y'all know what was going to happen. I'm not trying to laugh, but that he had a prayer. He heard something in his head that said pray, and he listened. He obeyed. And he went to go pray in a church. He laid down at the pew. He went to a church and he prayed for the intercession of Mother Mary. And he surrendered his anxieties to her. He surrendered his fears to her. He surrendered the things that he thinks that are bigger than him, that he can't get through. And the truth is, you can get through all of these things with the grace of God, with the power of God. He literally wants to be there for you. But sometimes we are so wrapped up in our own problems, in our own trials, in our own tribulations, that we forget the path that God is laying for us. We forget that he laid down his life so that we might have life. Like, we literally forget that all the time, and we get selfish. I get selfish. I'm like, I have a message to spread. I have ways that God wants me to evangelize that I can't even see right now, because I'm just so clouded with all of the things that are happening around me, that I forget what God's true purpose is for me. And finding your purpose is important. And if you don't know what your purpose is, do some soul searching, because for me, mine is to help others and be a mother one day and be a wife. But at the root of it, it's to help other people, because if you're not helping others and making this place a better earth for the people around you, then what the hell are you doing? And that's the T. So pain is not the enemy. Staying stuck in it is. Staying stuck in your pain, staying stagnant in your pain is the enemy. And going through pain allows you to propel in life. It allows you to find your purpose. It allows you to realize what you've been through and what you can get through, because you've been through so much already. Everyone has something that they struggle with that they don't talk about, okay? Even the best person, the CEO of the company, the multi-million dollar man, the celebrities, everyone, me, the person watching this on TikTok, live streaming while I'm live streaming. 8 people in here, they're probably hurting with something that they don't talk about because they're ashamed of it. And they think that they don't deserve something because they have this cross that they carry. But God tells us to lay it down at his feet, because that is the type of loving God he is. He wants you to give him your burdens. He wants you to give him your struggles. And within the struggle, if you can change your perspective, and you will change your outcome. Instead of looking at it like, why can't I help? Why am I going through this? Like, look at it as, how can I help other people? What can I learn from this right now as I'm going through this to help other people in the future? And also realize that if it's not going to matter in 5 years, then why are we worrying about it right now? That's another just side note. The third thing, create a system, not just motivation. Motivation fades, but habits last. Why do you think I'm so consistent about posting my podcast every Friday? My grandmother passed on a Friday, I think, and I still filmed. I still filmed because I knew that she wanted me to do that. I knew that she was there the whole time with me, helping me, speaking all of these beautiful things into existence, because she knows deep down in her heart that this was my calling. Helping other people spread that message is my calling, at least for this time. And I literally prayed. I talked about this in the episode I filmed. whenever I was filming it, and I was like, my microphone was not turning on. This microphone has to turn green in order for me to film. My microphone wasn't turning on. It was getting dark outside. And I literally prayed to Mama. I prayed to God and I said, you guys, I need y'all to make this work. And immediately my microphone turned on. Immediately, no questions asked. And every single blessing that I've had since then, I truly, truly believe that has been on the intercession from my grandmother. I really do believe that. I just think it goes to show all that pain that I was going through in December on my birthday, like during finals week, during like all of those things that just felt so much bigger than me, so out of my control. It was just preparing me to walk in the purpose that God put in me. And for me, I felt like I couldn't see my purpose. I couldn't see my calling. I couldn't see what God wants me to do because I was just so overwhelmed and looking at it from a bird's eye view and not the way that he really wants us to look at it, which is how can I help other people grow from this? How can I make an impact on the world? And whenever you're looking at it like that, I firmly believe that blessings will pour out from you and come to you because you are spreading love and you are spreading positivity. And if it doesn't come at this moment, it's going to come. And you just have to trust in the Lord, trust in his plan for your life because he's not going to fail you. I firmly believe if you're doing good and using your pain as an instrument, as a testimony to propel you forward, you can't do wrong. No path is going to be the wrong path. It's just going to be the path that you choose, and God is going to walk you through it. He is a light. He's going to guide you. He's like a torch. He's like one of the torches whenever you walk through a dark valley. He's not going to poke you and say this is what you need to do. As much as I would like him to, he's going to guide you and he's going to support you and he's going to love you for you, and he's going to tell you to come as you are and trust him and keep going and keep moving forward. Motivation fades, but habits last. If you build a firm foundation today, you are setting yourself up for more success in the future. If your pain is making life feel chaotic, making life feel dull, making you feel out of control like me today, it wasn't that even I was even going through pain. It just sometimes I feel anxiety because I feel like I'm an imposter. I feel like what I'm doing is just silly. I'm like, what is this? Like, what am I doing? But the truth is, like, that's literally the devil knows I'm getting somewhere. He knows I'm touching people's hearts and he knows I'm converting souls. Like, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't want to see heaven crowded. He doesn't want to know that the world is becoming a better place because I'm speaking on things that need to be heard. And that's the truth. The truth is, the devil is going to always try to take away the beauty of your that you don't see in yourself. He's always trying to take away the light that you can't see. He's going to shine the light on your darkness, on the dark parts of you that you think aren't lovable. But the truth is, every single part of you is lovable. And every single time you doubt yourself, you are just further backpedaling. And like just setting up a daily routine that grounds you, morning walks, prayer, talking to God, spending time with loved ones, grounding, meditation, whatever that is for you, even a 5-minute mindfulness break, like structure can give you control. It can bring you back down to earth in those moments that you feel crippled with anxiety, crippled with depression, crippled with anger, crippled with only seeing the path, like just only seeing what's in front of you and not what your life could become if you just trust. And even when life feels out of control, pain is a teacher. Use it to grow and not to stop. Use it to propel you forward and not stay stagnant. Your pain is not your ending. It is not your ending. It is your launch pad. The choice is literally yours. You either can stay stuck or turn it into something powerful. So, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with your pain? You can let your pain define you, or you can use it to redesign you. The choice is yours. What are you going to do with it? And that is all I have today. I love you so much. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I hope that you got something from this. I know I definitely got stronger because I didn't want to film this episode at all. I had no plan for it. And I just prayed. I did a double whammy prayer. I said, God, buckle down. Tell me what to say because I don't have the words right now. I'm feeling weak. And, he gives me strength. And he turned the light on my microphone. So I was like, okay, he wants me to cook. So let me cook. And I cooked. 4 + 4 = what? 8. We just ate. And we usually do. We usually do on this podcast. That's what we're about. What the L? If you're letting your pain just define you and not redesign you, what the L are you doing? And that's the ultimate question. What the hell are you doing? You could be thriving right now, but right now you're just surviving because you're letting your pain eat you up inside whenever you could be the one cooking. You could be the one cooking. I know that sounds cringy. Somebody might be like, that sounds cringy. I don't care. Okay. You listen to this whole episode, you can deal with my cringiness at the end. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for continually tuning in to my podcast. I might be only doing one episode, like one YouTube video a week now because I'm like so busy. We're going to try to do 2. Last week I only did 1 because life has been crazy lately and we have big things coming. So I'm trying to focus and lock in. But I'm hiccuping again. But with that, I will see you guys next Friday. Make sure to subscribe to my podcast. New video episodes every Friday on YouTube and Spotify exclusively. Apple Podcasts has the audio only, and you can also get it on other platforms as well, like Amazon and some other weird one. I don't even know. That's so sad. And make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys next time. Okay. I love you. Bye.